Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Erica and I'm a doctor of pharmacy who's passionate about preventive medicine. Because we all know that prevention is always better than cure, and this is why I'm a strong advocate of vaccinations or getting vaccinated. So in this video, I want to share with you my own COVID-19 booster shot experience and my rationale as to why I decided to get it as soon as I was eligible for it. So currently in Ontario, Canada, specific populations that are eligible to get the COVID-19 booster, provided that it has been at least 168 days since the second dose, include the following. So, vulnerable older adults in congregate settings, older adults in the community, so anyone who's actually 70 years and older, all healthcare workers, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis adults, anyone who received a viral vector vaccine or series, so anyone who's gotten like 2 doses of the AstraZeneca or Covishield. In case you need some help in calculating when you can get your booster dose, Vaccine Hunters developed a calculator on their website that you can use before calling in and booking for your appointment. The link is also available in the description of my video. So before I actually show you my booster shot experience, I just want to share first my top 3 reasons why I decided to get the booster shot. Number 1. Well, first of all, I'm a healthcare professional who's exposed to a number of sick patients who may or may not have COVID. So what happens if I get sick? Who is going to run the pharmacy? It's just really hard to get covered nowadays, especially with the high demand of pharmacists. At the same time, I interact with patients who are vulnerable to getting sick and or getting hospitalized if they contract COVID. So by minimizing my risk of getting COVID in the first place, by getting the vaccine or the booster, I'm basically minimizing the chance of transmitting the virus to those patients. So it was just really common sense. I wanted to protect myself and those people that are around me. Just like what Pope Francis has mentioned on his Twitter account, vaccination is just a way of promoting common good and caring for each other, especially for the vulnerable people. Number 2, there is reduced vaccine effectiveness in terms of getting or acquiring symptomatic COVID-19 infection. And I first seen this I remember first reading this back in July. It was Israel actually, which is one of the leading countries in COVID vaccination. They reported a reduction in the vaccine effectiveness 4 to 6 months after getting the second dose. They mainly used Pfizer, so the estimate was actually reduced to 41% effectiveness compared to over 90% effectiveness from before. Moreover, even the vaccine efficacy of over 95% against hospitalizations and death were reduced to about 80%. The vaccine is not perfect and the virus is mutating, so I sort of predicted that we're going to be needing a booster eventually. And the booster concept is not new. We use it all the time with other vaccines, such as whenever you get a tetanus shot, you have to get it every 10 years just to keep that high effectiveness of the vaccine against the infection. So third reason to get the booster, there is some growing evidence to show that the booster can actually reduce severe outcomes from COVID-19 infection. And there's one study in Israel that actually showed a 93% lower risk of COVID-19 related hospitalizations for those who got the booster versus those who just got 2 doses. 92% lower risk of severe COVID disease and 81% lower risk of COVID-19 related death. You may be thinking, oh, the study in Israel is probably not as applicable in Canada, where most of us got the extended interval between the 2 doses, so the benefit may not be as substantial as what they're seeing in Israel, where most of them got the shorter interval or the 21-day interval between the 2 doses. But hey, given the fact that I work in healthcare, any substantial benefit is better than nothing at all. I'll do anything to reduce my risk of getting COVID-19 infection. As I previously mentioned in my other video dated March 11, 2021. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go check it out, especially if you have yet to get your first dose. Okay, so now let me show you my actual booster shot experience. So this time it's actually a little different and more exciting because I actually was able to get my booster shot right at my workplace. So there was no booking nor begging for those, just kind of like what I did with my second dose. So, and in my case, I got my booster exactly 168 days from my second dose. So as you can see, I was able to prepare it myself and ensure that I was actually gonna get the Pfizer shot, not just the saline. I was make sure it was mixed well and everything. As you can see, I was really happy and thrilled to get my booster shot at the pharmacy. So I actually got my booster shot like before the start of my actual shift. So I was a little worried that I may be disabled and not be able to run the pharmacy. It was clinic day as well. But no, I was actually fine the entire day. My arm was just a little sore, that's it. And it wasn't like, it was manageable. It wasn't that bad at all. As you can see here. I even checked my temperature. I didn't feel any chills so throughout the day. And yeah, checked my temperature, it was fine. So I'm finally home now with Grogu. And I still feel fine. No chills whatsoever. Check our temperature quickly. Here you go. Remember that temperature is just a number. It should be more of how you feel. And I feel great. Other than the fact that my left arm is a little more sore than earlier. That's my only complaint, really. I guess we'll find out tomorrow morning if anything gets worse. Despite the fact that my arm was a little sore, I was still able to duel with my dad, as you can see. I was able to play with Grogu like normally, no problem. Both at the end of the day and the next morning as well. I was also able to play COD Mobile like normally and become like the MVP as per usual. So there was no issues whatsoever. I was really happy, that the third dose experience or the booster shot experience was very similar to my second dose and first dose. So I was really happy. So it's actually been a couple days since I've gotten the booster shot, and I'm still pretty upset that, despite the fact that I bought a new phone that's capable of 5G, I still don't have 5G signal on my phone. So I'm pretty disappointed and not impressed about that. Also, I was kind of hoping, I was gonna develop like an extra limb and an extra eye, a third eye, so I can cosplay like Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. He's one of my all-time favorite anime characters, and I'm just kind of disappointed. I guess it's too early to tell. It kind of takes time to grow an extra limb or an extra eye, so I'll let you know in maybe a couple months or so if anything happens. Um, also, you probably heard this. Apparently, those people who got fully vaccinated are gonna either die or turn into zombie 2 years after. And if I'm ever gonna turn a zombie, I'm gonna better make sure I'm the most powerful one. That's why I decided to get the booster. Make sure I have enhanced traits and become like Nemesis from Resident Evil. Yes. But anyway, kidding aside, I hope you enjoyed my booster shot experience, and if you're eligible, please get your booster as soon as possible. If you haven't been vaccinated, please get your first dose as soon as possible. And if you haven't gotten your flu shot, please do it ASAP. Again, I hope you enjoyed my video. From me and Grogu, thanks for watching. Yeah.